Welcome to Megapath Presents. I'm Ronnie Hayes, and today let's talk about the Walking Dead TV show in another Q&A, answering some of your questions. Now, if my voice starts giving out, it's because I just recorded two of these. It's the only time I have to record them. We are doing a different format. Again, the full videos are not going away. It's just a different format where I'm trying to tweak it, where you can see me reading the questions live. So that way, if I don't read the whole question, you can see what else is kind of in the question, and you can get a feel for how I pick them, because a lot of people they don't go down and read the directions. I give up asking them to, but a lot of you do, though. A lot of you do, but there's a handful of new ones that just don't give a damn. So I scroll down, I pick out Q&A, and I dive into the question, starting with Steven. Hey Ronnie, what do you think Carol and Negan's first interaction will be like on screen? I have no idea, but I can't wait. I'm hoping they go some direction where... Wait. First off, I'm saying something that I don't think is going to happen, because I don't think we're going to get a first Negan and Carol interaction like this. I would have preferred if it was still undercover, getting ready to attack, and Negan just saw her as a housewife, as a harmless threat. And not even a threat, completely harmless, and then later he saw her in action and he made a comment about it. But I don't think we're going to go that direction, because I don't think we're going to see Negan and the survivors interacting much anymore, interacting the way they have been interacting. I think everything's coming to a head now that Sasha ran in to try to kill him. So I don't know how they are going to be on screen together. They might not even get a scene on screen together, because she could be killing saviors, but maybe not in the same room, on the same battlefield, so to speak, as Negan. The Ultimate Gamer 803. Do you think AMC will make All Out War longer than in the comics by having episodes where, as you stated, the leader of every group meets and plans the war, or do you think they will have it lasting a full season? I answered this question to death. I'm going for a full season. I'm afraid they'll make it only half a season. And I beg you, all of you, anyone who's interested, anyone who wants to, go back and reread slowly All Out War, and then picture that it's not just, when you read the comic, it's one scene, a guy getting punched. You know what I mean? It's, fuck you, Negan, and that's it. It's one panel. You read it in a split second. On screen, you have seconds and seconds that add into minutes of the dialogue, of them staring each other down for like 30 whole seconds, from staring each other down, and then a whole fight plays out. It's not just that one split second moment. It's very different on TV. Then there's also parts of the story that they are going to develop more with the characters, with the story, with the setup, with the other communities. I don't see how they can possibly cram it and still make it good in just a half a season. So I don't, full season, I don't know. Anyway, Shredbert, would you want to see a Negan backstory episode going from when the apocalypse all began, then all the way to the current Walking Dead episodes? Nope. In a perfect world, I think it would be cool to see Negan, his backstory leading all the way up to them at the roadblock, capturing the group, being in the trailer. I think that would be the perfect setup. I think they have the perfect setup right now to show Negan in the beginning of one episode. Just do a 2-episode part 1 and 2 of Negan. Yes, I want 2 full episodes, not 1. And here is a moment, here is a part of the story where I'm begging for a bottle episode. I'm begging you. Give us 2 episodes, part 1 and part 2, showing Negan in the hospital, starting the, for those who haven't read the comic, don't worry, just start in the hospital, and even before the hospital, I got ahead of myself, and then at the end of the 2 episodes, we show him in the trailer, looking around, and then they call him out to go kill Glenn and them. I think that would be amazing. Friggin' amazing, because it would twist us up as fans, because we would get a good, clear visual, not how they're doing it in the comic. I think in the comic, I think it's rushed. I think it's rushed, and it's not nowhere near as good as it should have been. There's moments where you see the writing in the comic, and you're like, this is good, but they're skipping so many panels. It's like Negan here, Negan 20 days later, and then what they're saying in those panels, it's just, like... it's chit-chat, mindless chit-chat. But on the TV show, I think it could be it could be like a mini story in the world of The Walking Dead, highlighting the backstory of the villain that could make people somewhat see where he's coming from and make him not seem as evil. And I think that would be interesting. I think it would scare some people because I think it's easier and better to just label somebody evil and a villain, you know? Fidel Garcia, you've probably gotten this question a lot, and I can't really remember if you've talked about it, blah, blah, blah. Do you think Rosita should get the comic, blah, 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 since Sasha will most likely... Either Rosita, Tara, those are good picks. I know I'm missing somebody. Eric would twist it up, right? Eric comes out of nowhere, and it affects Aaron. They've already started setting up Eric. Oh, people are probably like, that's dumb. All right, Raphael. Hey, Ronnie. Rick will steal the weapons from outside, or will he get a kind of deal with the group to fight against the Saviors? I don't know. I was thinking they were just going to make a deal. I was kind of really hoping that we were going to find out the Heapsters and the Oceanside group knew each other, and that was going to be the connective tissue, but I'm starting to feel like Rick is either going to rob them of the guns, and I wouldn't give a shit if he did. If they don't want to fight, they don't deserve the guns. I don't give a damn. It's the apocalypse. Who cares? Steal the guns. But part of me is hoping that they could work something out because we still need to see Oceanside later on down the line, right? Karina Kelly. Hey, Ronnie, love your reviews. How come every time we see Simon at the hilltop, he barges in with 40 saviors armed to the teeth, and yet there is only one gate guard at Negan's facility when Sasha and Rosita arrived? That is funny. Maybe they feel too comfortable, too safe, and that's why they are making the perimeter, you know, because think about it right now. They know no one knows where the headquarters is at. So they're a little relaxed on security. And they did show more than one guy. They had one guy there, but they also had that group of guys who were doing the perimeter thing. Remember, they came running around when Rosita ran out of there? So it might not just be the one guy. Plus, this is their home. There's guys all over, you know. But I do think they're slacking hardcore on security at their main base. But realistically, I would also do what they're doing. I would also put a good amount of security guards in our main base. But I would send a lot of security out, because if we're going to get attacked, it's likely in the communities that we're going to, because that's the easiest place to lay in wait, to set a trap. We're going to them, you know. We're on their territory. They know the area. They live in the area. They could set booby traps and all this other shit. So I think for his own safety, he probably doesn't do it for his own safety. He probably does it just to show force. But I think you're right. They need more guards. They need more arms. They need more people, or at least show more people at the sanctuary. Don P.P. Morgan is on his own program now. I believe he will save them all. That would be cool as hell if we're all predicting how it's going to go down, and Morgan just shows up drenched in blood, just leaving a trail of blood, and they're like, oh my god, Morgan, what happened? And he's like, commercial break, don't worry about it, I killed them all. There's no season 8, the show's over, go home. What way do you think Negan is gonna die? Who or what would kill him? Thanks. At this point in time, I just don't see him dying. I think Negan is better for the story and for the franchise alive for a long time to come. So, but if he was going to die, it would have to be in redemption. You can't make a redemption story and then fail at the end. It would make it seem like you did all that work for nothing, and maybe you didn't have a direction you were going to go, or maybe you just suck at character development. I think if you're going to redeem this character, change him, transform. Change is cheap. Transform him over time. Make Negan, and this will mess with fans too, and this is what makes great complex characters. Make Negan somebody who you could actually respect later, and it eats you up inside as a fan, because you're like, I can never forgive what he did with Glenn. But fuck, he's changed. You know, he's transformed into a completely different character, into a completely different person. I think that's what messes us up in real life, and I think that's why it works so well when you're telling entertainment, because you feel something. There's conflict there, even in your own feelings. It draws something out of you, and that's a lot better than being simply like, oh, there's a good guy. Yeah, he did shit because he's the good guy. Or, hey, he did shit because he's the bad guy. I think it does something different with your feelings there. It pulls more out of you if you would to create conflict within yourself for how you feel towards these characters. Like, for me, I'll never forgive him for what he did with Glenn, but if by the end of his life they redeemed him where he was a respectful character, I would just be like, man, I mean, Negan was the man, but, oh, damn, Negan, why'd you do that, you know? I don't know. Anyway, Heidi, I hope they film the war scenes in All Out War the same way Hacksaw Ridge. I haven't seen it yet, but I hear good things, and I have a feeling I'm going to agree with you. Texas for Life, ABN. How many people in All Out War do you believe will die on the TV show that die in the comic? I think that's hard at this point in time. I think it's impossible to say they died in the comic, they're going to die in the show, but I do feel like we will get 2 or 3 deaths in the TV show. I don't feel like we're going to get more than that, and I mean meaningful deaths. You know, we might not even get 2 or 3. Kenny Day. Hey man, do you think that the TV show is going to make us hate Eugene for those who don't hate him already? In the comics, none of this happens. In the show, he is captured and loyal to Negan. See, I don't believe that yet, and if they do that, I have a problem with it. I don't think it's good writing. He had a chance to go with Sasha and Rosita, but he didn't. If the show does bring Eugene back to Alexandria, I don't think they can justify it. What are your thoughts? Yeah, those are my thoughts. I don't think they could justify it. If he was really siding with Negan, if in the moment he knew that this was a bad idea, I don't hold that against him. I wouldn't have left. If I was in that situation and I saw Rosita and Sasha on a suicide mission, I would not put people's lives at risk, at jeopardy in Alexandria. I would not put my own life at risk, leaving, having them screw up, and Negan come get my ass and kill my ass because they got overexcited. You know, they were overzealous saying, oh, come on, we freed you. No, you didn't. You didn't do shit yet, but get yourselves killed probably. So I would have done what Eugene did based on logic, you know, logic and reason. Yeah, no. Movies for real. Do you think the war will only be in the premiere of season 8 and then time jump, or all first half? Oh my God, no. No way. Listen, I think cramming it in the first 8 episodes is doable, but it's crammed. But the first episode? No way. Not even close. Not even close. Let me find out you're a comic reader too. Not even. No, you know what? I can see somebody asking that if they haven't read it in a while. If you read the comic and you haven't read All Out War in a while, again, I beg you guys, if it's been a while, go back and reread All Out War, okay? And don't think about the time jumps, because they do skip time in the All Out War. They skip right to telling of this outpost. They never set that outpost up, ever before. They had, in like one sentence, they set it up. On the TV show, they will set it up with a setup so you can see it, so you know it, so it's introduced, you know what I mean? All right, Sharp Striker. Do you feel that Sasha has come full circle with her story arc? If you remember, she arrived in season 3, episode 8 with Tyrese and others, and she wanted to leave the bitten woman behind. Now 4 seasons later, she's gone from selfish to selfless due to the fact that she risked her life for Rosita to keep living. So has she come full circle in your opinion? I would have to go back and look, because I honestly still side with her. I think it would be ridiculous to pick anything other than what she did, you know? Maybe she was a little cold about it. I see your point there, yeah, because they were like, you know what, nah, she's gone. But Tyrese was like, no, we can bring her along, and when she's really gone, then we'll deal with it. But from a logical point of view, she was done for. There's nothing they could do with her. So if you want to say that's come a full circle, sure, yeah, why not? I think she's come a long way, if not full circle. You know, she's come a really long way. Katie Cat, hey Ronnie, so do you think that Rick will get his hand cut off during All Out War? If so, how? No, not at all. Charles, do you think the scavengers will betray Rick? And you want to know, do you think Dwight will switch sides? I think Dwight should switch sides. Yeah, he doesn't have anything good going for him where he's at. I mean, they proved that, you know. As far as the scavengers, I don't trust them. I really don't trust them. They make them seem weird and fishy, you know. Nova, what characters do you think they should have let live? Do you think they should have kept Merle, Abraham, Herschel alive to give them more plot and storylines in the show? No, yes, and no. Listen, Herschel went out perfect. Merle should have probably lasted until Terminus. Merle should have probably been a Terminus death. Man, if done right, that would have been crazy. But Abraham, that's iffy. I understand what they did. I respect it. I like it, but I feel like I would have loved it more if he died in All Out War. What's up, buddy?
I need a charger.
Oh, okay. Here, I'll get you a charger.
The Black Mamba is also, I think it's in here because there's the top 10 deadliest snakes, and the Black Mamba is a deadly snake.
All right, let me finish this. I'll grab you a charger. What was I saying? Abraham, yeah. Andrea, and not only would I want her to be alive, but I want her to change the character. So that's impossible. I can't just have her not get killed. They would have had to have rewrite all of season 3 because I don't like what they did with Andrea. Don't like it at all. But for the most part, the characters who died, like, I missed them. I miss Glenn. I really miss Glenn. I like Glenn. I miss Glenn a lot. But on the same strength, I think that was such an important death, and I don't take it back. Even though I missed the shit out of the character, I don't ever be like, man, they should have picked someone else. No, that was perfect. Eric, where will Judith be safely while at war? Somebody will be watching her, but you're going to be attacking outposts. You're going to be going to different communities. You got to go on supply runs to get supplies. You got to make bullets. You got to do this and do this and do this. So it's not just being out in a battlefield at war the whole time. As far as where will Judith be? Well, we didn't have this problem in the comic, but she'll most likely be at Alexandria. And if they're going to fight at Alexandria, and I don't even know if they can, because remember, they did something that I just find weird to this day. They set Alexandria up and they started renting apartments, like real apartments out of there, And I don't know how that works, but it just seems so ridiculous. Like, okay, they get this whole area, but they're renting apartments. Is that something so they can put it towards the budget? Like, oh, we're renting these high-end apartments. I haven't looked into that, and I did try, and I got some information that just seemed weird. Like, the residents were complaining, but then again, they moved there and they knew about it. I don't know. Just friggin' weird. What am I talking about? Oh, Judith, they'll bounce her around. Easy solution. If they're going to fight in Alexandria, they'll move her somewhere else. No, we already did some from you and you. Taylor, 77. What about that thing Tara picked up off the ground? PPP. I still have no idea what it means. I'm not looking up anything. I did a video on it. I'm not going to look up anything further because chances are, in doing that, a spoiler will probably come up. But I have no idea as far as anything added from what I have already said, Mr. Catchable Cactus, how long do you think Negan will last after Season 7? Probably Season 9, Season 10. I think he'll last past Season 8, Unless they do a major switcheroo. If they take Negan and change him up from the comic counterpart, then he might die in Season 8, at the end of Season 8. Judith, where the hell is Heath? I don't know. F you and your Facebook group. I just seen that. I should have put a warning. Listen, we had the Facebook group. If anyone's going to join, fair warning. We don't play around. We don't post stupid shit. At least we try not to. You either discuss, entertainment, movies, shows. You either do that or you don't. If you're going to post videos of, oh, I stubbed my toe, or here's my cat Friskers, I put a red bandana on him and called him Negan. If you're going to do that, we don't do that there in the group. So you get people like this guy who's a little upset. Anyway, sorry the group wasn't a good fit for you. I'm sure you'll find another group where you can properly... we're going to go get you that charger where you can properly fit in. But we're going to stop here for today. Wait, Ronnie, do you think who would win in a fight? Oh, we don't do who will win in a fight questions. I don't know. Flip a coin. Abraham would win. All right, thoughts, opinions, theories, suggestions, put them down in the comment box. Ew, that's a scary looking snake.
And we already passed Black Mamba.
Oh, did you? Mm-hmm. Is it a poisonous one?
No.
Why not?
sometimes they can hiss to make it
like that?
Yeah, no, like this.
Oh.
To make it snakes or things go away. It eats birds, rats, mice, worms, grasshoppers, crickets, any kind of small animal.
Does it eat 7-year-old little children?
No, but when it bites people, 10 seconds, you'll start to feel woundiness, and you'll...
Wooziness?
Woundiness, and you'll start to feel diarrhea, then you'll, suddenly...
Poop yourself?
No, then you'll pass out.
Yeah.
And then the snake will eat you.
Oh, man. That turned vicious quickly. What's the matter, honey?
My nose keeps bleeding.
Is it, well, maybe you're dry.
This nose hurts so bad.
Why?
Because when I do that, it hurts.
Oh. Let's take care of that. Let's get you something for that. All right. Thoughts and opinions and theories and predictions and everything else in the comment box. I'm done talking. It's your turn. Was that pretty good? Whatever.